Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. I'm having trouble with my audio, y'all, so please bear with me for these videos today. I'm having some kind of issue. But what I'm going to show you is something that's very tragic. I'm going to show you a person who identifies with one of the members of the alphabet community who takes a life in the most brutal, in the most savage way in Houston, H-Town, baby. So let me go ahead and show you this, man. Be ready to be like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get it started. You know how I get down on the Jeremy Hill Show. Never a dull moment. Let's play it.
Only on 13. It may be one of Houston's most horrifying murders caught on camera.
And it happened in full view of neighbors in a subdivision near the Gulf Freeway in the Pecan Park neighborhood. ABC 13's Brooke Taylor is joining us now here in the studio.
Yeah, and Brooke, this really shocked a lot of us here in the newsroom.
It did, and sources close to this case tell me that this is some of the most horrifying footage they have seen in their careers. Police haven't said if the victim knew the killer, but they're hoping that a neighbor's video leads to a quick conviction and justice for his family. Only on 13, deeply disturbing and shocking video of a murder in broad daylight. On May 3rd, the victim, Stephen Anderson, is walking on Woodridge Square Drive to pick up his mail, sources tell us. He turns around at the sound of a screeching car speeding right into him. We're pausing the video right before he gets hit. The car reverses and hits him again, pushing him further into the street. Neighbors are on.
So what happened is a member who identifies with the alphabet community stole a car to take the life of this white gentleman. Once they ran over the white gentleman, they backed the car up on the white gentleman, forcing him his body back out in the road. Let's keep going.
Right before he gets hit, the car reverses and hits him again, pushing him further into the street. Neighbors are on the phone, frantically calling 911.
People to help them turn him over. They want us to turn him over.
Another neighbor comes out with a pillow. And that's when the suspect, Karen Fisher, identified in court records as a man, but also described as she by police, returns with a knife in hand. The suspect yanks and flips Anderson over, straddles him, and kisses him. We're not showing what happens next because it's too graphic, but that's when police say Fisher stabs him 9 times. She casually walks off as if nothing happened and neighbors just watch. She then tries getting into another car while talking to witnesses. When that's unsuccessful, she leaps over the body and walks away.
It is very disturbing.
Now I want you to think about this, how cold-hearted this individual is. I want you to think about the times that we're living in to where a person can commit, I think it's called vehicular manslaughter, I don't know what it is, hit somebody real quick, and then after you run over them, you get on top of them, kiss them, stab them, get up, and then begin to go walk towards a car where the person inside the car is a witness to what you've done, and you're trying to have a casual, nonchalant conversation with the person, try to get a ride, and they said no. So you just turn around, walk, and then jump over the body and keep going. Y'all got to be careful out there, man, especially if you coming down to H-Town, because this is just a, man, this ain't even hidden. I mean, it can get worse than that out here. You got to be very careful out here, man. Let's keep going.
He tries getting into another car while talking to witnesses. When that's unsuccessful, she leaps over the body and walks away.
It is very disturbing, yeah, because, you know, I have kids here. So our kids could have been out here playing, and imagine that.
20-year-old Karen Fisher is in jail tonight, charged with murdering this 64-year-old. Her bond is set at $2 million.
Broad daylight, it was a busy intersection. It happened right under our noses, you know.
Just truly so shocking. I spoke to neighbors that you saw in that video. They are still traumatized by that, as you can imagine. One woman even told me that she hasn't been to work and is trying to find a therapist.
This is a heavy story right here, and it's hard to get some context here as well, Brooke. Now, we know the suspect's 20 years old. Have they been in trouble before?
You know, the night that this happened, she was also charged with assaulting a nurse at Bentop Hospital. And we checked records, and back in 2023, she was charged with evading arrest, and she's been on a 5-year community supervision from that. We also found a prostitution charge from 2021. That charge was ultimately dismissed.
So the she has been busy for some time, man. So Let me go ahead and put something else up. We're going to dive deeper into this, man. Hold on, put another clip up here. But this woman's going to give you a very intelligent point of view. We better get it. Better get it right now.
Hi, guys. I'm going to say something that might sound outlandish at first, but give me the next few minutes and I'll show you how it's not. All of this gender obsession and gender confusion you see today is only a transition phase to a genderless society. Just as we've witnessed, the idea of biological sex takes a backseat in favor of self-perceived gender. We're now moving towards a society where the lines of categorization and language are going to diminish even more. This is a world where there's no male or female to speak of, no one identifying as a man or woman, no gender roles, and certainly no recognition of established characteristics like biological sex. So why do I say this? I'm not looking into a crystal ball or anything, okay? I'm simply extrapolating.
I agree with them because I think we are moving towards what they're trying to make us have, a genderless society. If you take away the genders, then you can take away the gender roles. You can control the people better. You got to have things that would distinguish you. See, the government, and I'm not trying to speak about a conspiracy, but it do seem like something's going a certain direction on purpose. You get what I'm saying? The government, just like public schools teach you what to think, but it don't teach you how to think. And the government wants to tell you what to think. They don't want you to think about what they're saying. They just want you to do what they're saying. You know what I mean? So I'm going to let this keep riding because I like what she's saying. And I hope you can hear me because I'm having an audio problem like a mother, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my equipment. So please bear with me on these videos of today, okay? Let's keep going.
From what has happened in the last few decades with an understanding of what is actually driving you. The thing about human societies is they're very difficult to control when they have hard lines that you can't cross. Those lines may be physical, as in the case of a population that's armed or can otherwise defend itself, or they may be ideological and moral, where people revolt or fight back to defend their ideas and way of life. Any government that wants authoritarian control over its people has to do two things. One, make those people dependent on the government. And two, make sure they have nothing worth fighting for. The idea of biological sex was the bedrock of a lot of ideas that were worth fighting for, because what came from it was the recognition that there were undeniable natural truths. It also supported the formation of families and the birth of children at a stable rate. It also provided a clear understanding of the roles that were expected of men and women in society. As ideas about gender identity and how people view themselves become more important than the traditional male-female division, we see changes in areas like women's sports and the usage of public bathrooms. This shift is leading to new group divisions based on gender, something that those in positions of authority don't want. And that's why we're beginning to see that ideas about gender identity, masculinity, femininity, and even the concepts of just being a man or a woman are becoming less clear and distinct. It's like they're all blending together into a vague, undefined mixture. If you don't believe me, we're already seeing the first little glimmers of it in language. And language is usually where the ideas are first born. Gender neutral terms have become the standard in many health and style publications like Healthline and WebMD, who have been criticized for using words like birthing person instead of woman, chest feeding instead of breastfeeding, and partner instead of husband or wife. Do you find this as offensive as I do? This perspective simplifies.
Exactly. They want you to think differently, man. They want the men to be called cis men. I am not a cis man. Don't you ever call me that. I'm a man. And a lot of women are offended when you call them cis women because they're not cis women. They are women. Look, if you believe you something, that's cool. You keep it over there, but you can't make me believe what you believe. All right? And it just is what it is, man. And for those of you who claim to be Christian, you really need to tell them what the scriptures say about what you believe to be right, and you need to enforce that. Okay? You need to put that in them. You need to let them know why God says X, Y, and Z is right and why X, Y, and Z is wrong. Read between the lines of what I'm saying here. You know what I mean? So this is not bashing nobody, but it's just my point of view and my opinion. Okay? Because I agree with everything this woman's saying right now, because it sounds like it just makes perfect sense, man. Let's keep going.
People with all their unique qualities and experiences down to just their physical bodies and functions. It's a very narrow way of looking at people. When there's no man or woman and none of the complex social structures that come from it, all that remains are the shells of people. Like a scene out of the movie I, Robot. They all appear practically the same, and there's not much that binds them all together enough to fight back. In a society like this, where people are seen in such a simple way, it becomes much easier for a government that wants more control to dominate and influence them. So with that being said, until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah, I like what she said. It was very intelligent. Now, gentlemen, something going on with my audio. I don't know what it is. So you're going to get 2 videos. I've been having an issue with that. You're going to get 2 videos today instead of the 3 scheduled videos that I was trying to do today. So let me see what's going on. So I hope y'all enjoy these 2 videos, and I hope it don't drive you crazy hearing the audio, because something's going on. And I don't know what's going on. I got to figure it out and shit like that. But anyway, y'all have a good one. And look right now. Now it's frozen. I don't know what's going on. Something going on with my computer. It's crazy. So y'all probably still there looking. It's still frozen. Hold on, y'all. If y'all still there, I really apologize. Okay, there it is. All right. Woo! It ain't easy, man, being a pimp.